The BlackRock and Grayscale Bitcoin ETFs are on the cusp of approval. Grayscale yesterday submitted to the SEC a request that they can advertise their Bitcoin ETF. They wouldn't be doing that if that Bitcoin ETF were not going to get approved. Of course, at this point, it seems very obvious. The Bitcoin ETFs are going to get approved. And when those Bitcoin ETFs are approved, we get pension fund money in this industry. We get that institutional money in this industry. And advertising in the industry really kicks off to a whole new level that we've not seen since 2021. And likely more money will be spent on it these days because the institutions that will be advertising their own funds will be out there to make a lot of money. Don't get me wrong. They absolutely want to create as much trading volume as possible in order to get the price of Bitcoin up so that they can profit as much as possible. So in today's video, I'm going to be analyzing the price of Bitcoin. I'm going to show you my current open trades, of which there's about $8 million of trades that I've got open right now. How much money have I got on the table for that? Well, we're going to discuss my risk management in today's video as well, because I think a lot of people have always got the question of, well, okay, you're trading with that much money, but how much money do you actually have? And the answer to that question is, I've got about $400,000 in a couple of different accounts. So I'm using on average around 20x leverage across the entirety of my accounts, but I've got a bunch of different trades open and I'm quite confident about all of them, otherwise I wouldn't have them open. So we're going to discuss that as well in today's video. So if you wouldn't mind, drop a like, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I'm back to daily videos again. This time I'm going to stick at it. And also I'm back to videos on the main channel as well. So make sure you slap the like, make sure you subscribe to the channel, especially if you're new. We're back, we're bullish. Let's crack on. So starting out, the current price of Bitcoin is $38,799. We're on the cusp, not really of breaking out because of course it is the weekend. And if we look at the 4-hour chart right now, you can see that we're just keep on interacting with this high level of resistance. But before we get on to analyzing the price of Bitcoin, it's time to discuss some of, or rather all of my current open trades. And for that, we need to be looking down here. I've got an $863,000 long on Bitcoin, a $67,000 long on Polkadot, $700,000 long on Ethereum, a small position on GMX, a medium-sized position on Chainlink, that's in a nice profit, and a couple of small ones that I've literally just opened, one on Pith and the other one on Sun, and then of course a position on Theta. Now, some of these altcoin trades, I'm actually going to be discussing them on my main channel. My main channel, if you're not already familiar, is That Martini Guy. If you're not subscribed to it, type it in on YouTube, it'll come up, subscribe to it. I've got one of the best hit rates for altcoins in the entire industry. I've got a long history of doing, amazing profits in altcoins, so make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Not everything goes well, but if you think about altcoin investing like spread betting, you want to take a wide variety of altcoins in your portfolio. Some of them are going to pop 100x, some of them are going to pop 10x, and some of them are going to go down 100%. But the point is, those 10x's and those 100x's pay for those bad investments plus extra. In the previous bull market, we created on this channel thousands of financially free people. It was incredible. And I want to do that exact same thing again. So make sure you are subscribed to this channel and my main channel, That Martini Guy. But going back to it, those are the current trades that I've got open here on BYBIT. But of course, I've also got trades open on BitGet. And to be honest, this BitGet account is performing insanely well. I know last week, what I said was I'm going to start doing a challenge on this channel, which is taking this account up to $1 million. As it sits right now, let's give this account a quick refresh to see exactly how much money is in it. Last week, there was $50,000 in this account. This week, there's now $191,000 in this account. I have not deposited a thing, and I can verify that by showing you my 30-day trading history. I had a complete, absolute bollock up the other day where I lost $100,000 in like 3 days, or about $70,000 in like 3 days, but we're back up right now. Everything is starting to look, and if you're wondering why have I not been the world's most active crypto YouTuber? Well, the simple answer to that is I'm focusing on these challenges. I want them to be successful, and I'm posting all of the trades that I'm taking in the CSE Telegram group, Discord server. If you want to be part of that Discord server, you'll find a link to CSE Plus in today's video description. I'm posting all of my trades as and when I take them religiously for above a month now, and the guys in that Telegram group, this Discord server, are doing really, really well, which is really nice to see. There is also a free Telegram group. I just don't post as much in that group. I'm not as religious about it because it's free. Anyway, that's what we've managed to achieve with this account in pretty short period of time, to be honest. But let's go back and look at the trade that I've got open right now and see what kind of margins and everything we've got. Well, we've got open here on Bitcoin, a $3 million Bitcoin position. That's 77 Bitcoins. Fucking hell, my hands are shaking right now. 77 Bitcoins open on that, 77 Bitcoin position. I've taken $47,000 profit. There's $55,000 on that position left to take. I've also got a small Dogecoin position here, opened up $60,000 worth of Dogecoin. I've also got an Ethereum position here. That's $1.7 million. That is currently $13,000 in a profit with a realized loss of $4,000 because last night, my entry is pretty close. It was sat on my entry. I was like, okay, I'll take the loss. I paid a lot of money in fees. Then, of course, I've got this phantom position here. The phantom position is $5,700 in a profit. I'm not showing you this stuff to show off, really. It's just a matter of fact that we will make a lot of money in a bull market, and $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $10,000 is nothing in the grand scheme of things as to how much money I intend on making this next bull market. I genuinely think there is an opportunity to make $100 million over the course of the next 18 months if we get a solid bull run. And I'm going to be showcasing everything here on the channel, so you don't want to miss any of it. But when it comes to the price of Bitcoin, of course, we've got some crypto news as well to discuss in today's video. But when it comes to the price of Bitcoin, what are we doing right now? Well, this is one of my Bitcoin charts that I've got open. I think the first Bitcoin chart, though, that we should start on is this one here. This is the BTC CME futures chart. The CME gap is currently sat at 39,225, although on this chart it says 39,000, come on, zoom in, there we go, $39,290. It doesn't really matter whether it's 39,290 or 39,225. That just means that basically on Sunday, the price of Bitcoin on BYBIT, in theory, should say 39,200. So I'd be expecting a pump up on Sunday night. And the other thing that I'm expecting from the price of Bitcoin on Sunday night is potentially an ETF approval on Monday morning. Why am I expecting that ETF approval? Well, because of this right here, posted by one of my friends, Kyle Schass, on Twitter. You can see here, the Grayscale filed for their first ad for Bitcoin ETF with the SEC. We are almost there. And if you look at this right here, you can see that this is Grayscale's application for their advertisement with the SEC, which is amazing news. It's good. It's coming sooner than what people think. Everybody's going to get caught on the wrong side of this. A lot of people are saying, oh, look, it's priced in already. Oh, look, it's already too high. No, this is the slow, excited pump before we get another boop to the upside. And if we look at what that boop's going to look like, if we go to the daily chart right now on the price of Bitcoin and look at it, if it wants to load, there we go. Is it going to load the rest of the chart though? Come on, don't leave me hanging. There we go. Right, so what we're looking at, I think over the course of the next week is potentially a rally up to $47,000. Now, if you think about the profit that I could potentially make from my trades right there, I've got a bunch of trades open. And you'd say that 3 million Bitcoin trade, which is 77 Bitcoins long, that's 77 times an overall profit of $9,000. There's a lot of money, is that? That's like a $600 and something thousand profit on just one trade. I really hope it comes off. I really do, because that would be really, really nice. At the same time, though, we've also got to look at where to place stop losses and all this other stuff. So let's dive into the deep part of the macro information and assess what can we expect realistically without all of this hopium involved. So going back to it right now, we've got here, well, I need to drop down to the 15-minute chart, to be honest. But on the 15-minute chart, as and when it loads, you can see that Bitcoin here has been forming a bit of a bull flag, or a bull pennant, whatever you want to call it. This bull pennant is looking better and better and better. You can see that once we break out of this range here, there is no liquidity, no volume, nobody wants to sell. You can see that represented here by the volume range, volume profile at the side of the screen. That means that likely we'll come and fill the next gap to the upside. But the question is, where is that next gap to the upside? If we go over to the hourly chart, I still don't think it'll show it. No, why would it show it? It's not going to show it because we've not been that high this year. Go back to the daily chart, shall we? And we can see where that next gap is because it'll show us basically what the volume range is. I suspect there is a fair bit of volume outside of that range, but give it a second again to load. I do apologize that you've got to wait for this. Come on, there we go. Right, outside of this range here, is it going to load this? Yeah, there we go. So the next target would be up here at $47,000. That's the target, or $48,000. That seems like the realistic point of which Bitcoin would start breaking out too. Upon Bitcoin ETF approval though, I'm expecting some really, really good things. It's just important to point out that we are forming another bull flag or bull pennant, and we're breaking to the outside of this trading range here. We have never actually been on the outside of this trading range here. It's looking more bullish than ever is the price of Bitcoin. But when it comes to stuff like Ethereum, how is Ethereum performing? Well, for that, let's go to the 1 hour chart, Ethereum versus Bitcoin. We'll do Ethereum versus Bitcoin before we do Ethereum, because Ethereum is forming this perfect inverse head and shoulders pattern with the neckline being right here. But what's more important than that is, how is Ethereum going to perform against Bitcoin? This is getting really interesting because recently, Ethereum has been performing horrendously against Bitcoin. We're still very much at the lows, and I'm thinking that this is going to swoop around fairly soon. Although saying that, we are technically forming a bear flag pattern, and that in theory should lead to another break to the downside. But I'm not expecting that to happen. I'm expecting an altcoin rally, especially if the Bitcoin ETF isn't approved on Monday. I'm expecting altcoins to rally, hence why I'm positioned quite heavily in the altcoin market. In terms of the US dollar and how that's getting along right now, you can see on the US dollar currency index, it just keeps on dropping, which is really good news for us. And yeah, that's where the CME gap is currently sitting. So in today's crypto news, do we have it here? Yes, we do. Sam Bankman-Fried is on prison watch and almost extorted in a Brooklyn jail. Coinbase has received 13,079 law enforcement requests in 2023. The biggest token unlocks are in December are these ones here: 1inch, Sui, Apt, Ape, and OP. Those are their token unlocks. Make sure that you are careful with these coins on these particular days, because when those unlocks happened, especially with 1inch here, with $98 million of coins being unlocked on this date here on the 1st of December, to be honest, that might create a good buying opportunity right there. So, I mean, I'm going to check in on that, to be honest, because, I mean, I've not checked on the price of 1inch today, but it might be a good opportunity. Anyway, 9% of the supply unlocking in one day. And CSE, Circle terminated Justin Sun's accounts in February. I'd recommend that you go to cryptosavingexpert.com and read all of these articles in full so you can get a full understanding of what's going on in the market right now. But overall, of course, we're bullish. We're back. I'm back to daily videos, and to be honest, in terms of trading, it's been amazing. Span another 50k account into a 200k account. Now it's time to spin a 200k account into a million account. It's difficult to do that. You've got to take big risks. Sometimes you end up on the wrong side of it. It is how it is. You can't get upset about your losses. You've got to focus on making those profits. And when you make those profits, you will have a fantastic time. So on that note, guys, make sure you slap a like on today's video. Subscribe to the channel. We're back. We're bullish. Send it on Monday. Happy Saturday, whatever day it is. Have a nice day. Goodbye.